Yes, sir.
Yes. So we'll proceed. So fine. First of all, I would like to start from the very basic thing why e-content in the form of videos are important, because it is said that videos can explain many more things rather than text or any just a kind of listening tutorial. So videos demonstrate us many different in-depth aspects related to any particular technology. Suppose we are going to teach some particular software, or we are going to demonstrate some kind of motion to the students, right? So if we are having software which is simulating some kind of mechanism, so it is always better, a good idea to share our screen in the form of video, in the form of some kind of interactive PowerPoint based tutorial, so that students can understand it better. So in today's lecture, I will be mainly focusing upon two things. Very first one is creating podcast tutorial based upon some open source software, and second one is our popular OBS Studio Open Broadcaster. So I would like to start with a very basic understanding of which different tools are available to a beginner and intermediate person in this field, so that we can access many free resources and we can utilize them effectively in our e-learning videos. So more in-depth instructions will be provided on day 5 by Kinge sir, but I will just be going through a list in this particular session. So here I have created a list of free resources for educational video creators, including some screen recording tools, then useful utility tools for quicker explanation to students. Then there is a list of free resource content providers, which provides us different images, scene backgrounds, some kind of open source, that means royalty free music tracks, so that we can include them in our videos to make them more interesting. And some post-production tools list also I have provided. Along with the name, I tried to provide the links wherever possible. So whichever is highlighted with yellow background there, right, that is my favorite, right? So I have just marked them for your better pickup, right? So you can directly pick up this one, highlighted one, and you can download and install on your PCs. So very first we'll be starting with OBS Studio, open broadcaster software, free and open source, mostly used by many YouTube gamers, video creators all across the world. Then this Streamlabs OBS is the extension of open broadcaster software, which is gaining high popularity these days because of its very simple interface and most preferred by YouTube broadcasters. Then third one is SVID, mostly used by Windows operators. Then Cam Studio is also open source alternative, and ShareX. But in all these 5 choices, OBS Studio is the most simple for the beginner, and there are many possibilities that we can achieve through OBS Studio. We can record not only podcast videos, we can develop screencast tutorials, we can develop PPT plus webcam based presentations, and if we are extending it further to next level, we can even demonstrate some real life simulation models through the interactive approach. We can conduct online quizzes, and needless to say, right, it is widely used by YouTube gamers. Once upon a time, I have used it for YouTube gaming, so I have understood little more things than a usual learner, because gamers have to control so many parameters at the same time, right? So you have to broadcast your screen, you have to record the voice inside the computer's default audio, then you have to also record your own voice through the microphone, you have to be familiar with the keyboard shortcuts, right? So YouTube gamers are knowing somewhat little related, somewhat more related to this OBS Studio. Then along with OBS Studio, we will try using this Whiteboard, right? So Microsoft Whiteboard, you will be having Windows 10 and your PC, then it is very easy for you. Whiteboard, just type in start menu Whiteboard, you will be getting access, Microsoft Whiteboard, right? So it is a very popular one used in Windows 10, and if you are not having Windows 10, then also not to worry, you can install OpenBoard, right? It is in fact more useful than Microsoft Whiteboard. There are so many options here. You can directly record your podcast videos and you can send them to some live platforms, including YouTube and some Facebook, like that, right? So of course you need to integrate some API for that purpose, and in tomorrow's session I will be mainly talking on it, right? So today just will be some hands-on demonstration on OpenBoard and OBS Studio, and some kind of issues that you might have arisen right through the day. So then this is the list of some pre-resource content providers, and the highlighted ones are my favorite: Prepic, then Pixabay, right, and Pexels, right? So all they expect from you is that you just give them some kind of uh, credit, right? So in your video at the bottom or in the description panel, yeah, you can just mention courtesy or credit given to this particular website, and you can just say them thanks, right? So you can use all the contents whichever is available under free license or Creative Commons license. Then Unsplash is one more good utility these days, and post-production tools. Mainly on fifth day we will be focusing on it. OpenShot, and some alternatives are also there for Mac and Linux users, which is nothing but this shortcut getting popular in Mac these days. And that's it, right? So we will definitely share this list with you, but till now you just focus upon OBS Studio and OpenBoard. Only these two softwares we have to start with. So fine. Meanwhile, I will keep it a practice, right? So I will keep checking chat window after every say 5-10 minutes, and if any issues are there, right? So you can just put a message there. So as in when I pay some attention there, I will be trying to address it. So well, shall I proceed? Yeah, first of all, I would start with some simple OBS Studio presentation. What is it, from where to download, and what kind of problems you might have arise, right? So you can just put them into chat window, and within next 10-15 minutes, I will be focusing on them. So this is the content in today's session. OBS Studio is overall understanding and complete use. And this will be additional topics that will be covered using some whiteboard animation platforms and realistic boards, some interactive quizzes and Google tools, and yeah, likewise. So about OBS Studio, yeah, this one is very popular just because of this reason, that is it is free, right, and open source. Its competitors, whichever softwares we're talking about, they're costing beyond $30, right? So for 1 year license or lifetime license, you get up to $100 plus, right? So it is lightweight, around 70 megabytes of setup is there, and the version 25, right? So that one is the most latest, 25.0 point something. So you can download and use it, and yeah, for all commercial, non-commercial, you can utilize all these features. Audio mixer quality is also good. You can customize the capture quality in case your video gets very long and its overall size is into megabytes or gigabytes, right? So you can always make some proper setting through the control panel so that your video size becomes less, right? So mostly for uploading them to YouTube, right? This is the major issue. So you have that freedom to capture, to customize capture quality, and multiple video resource filters are there, and some kind of real-time audio video capturing so that a tutorial becomes more interactive. Configuration panel, right? There is one setting which can allow you to auto configure, right, for streaming option as well as for recording option. And multiple themes, dark theme, light theme, whatever is more pleasant for your eyes, you can set it and work upon. And studio mode is one more thing which allows you to better visualize what our preview will be there, right? So how our video will look to the audience. So that will be understood by a developer or designer or creator by going into studio mode. And needless to say, again, live streaming to multiple platforms, right? So Facebook is the most common. You can go live on Facebook if you want to deliver a tutorial to mass audience, right? So you can go to YouTube live, or you can arrange some kind of constrained environment, right? So and prepare a presentation for Zoom session on a live basis. So yes, how first of all, right? How we were recording tutorials up to this particular time, right? Suppose assume that you are complete beginner to OBS at this point. How you would have developed a tutorial, right? So traditional, remember traditional PowerPoint presentations. But these days in Microsoft PowerPoint also they have included one more feature. So if you are having Windows 10 and Microsoft Office license copy installed on it, so you can make utilization of this particular facility, right? So in the above top panel bar, you can go to insert menu, and in insert one there is a section, right? Screen recording. So focus on the mouse pointer. So with this screen recording is very useful and known to very less number of people, because most of the time the option is hidden, right, in its default installation mode. But if you have all the macro settings enabled, right, so this might be active there in the very first instant. So you can just crop any particular area. You can rather you can select any particular frame, right? So you can also select the whole screen here by moving your mouse. So I will be just selecting this particular one, right? So just this one, and you can just switch on this audio, and record pointer is optional, by the way, and you can record your tutorial. So now it will be some countdown there, 3 2 1, yeah, start. So whatever I'm speaking right now, that is also getting captured and the screen, right? So you may not understand, so I am just drawing some kind of design here within this frame, right? So only in this frame I'm performing everything. So outside this frame, whatever is there, it will not be recorded now. So this particular hash symbol, right? So this will not be recorded there. This particular S that I'm drawing, it will not be recorded, but whatever is there, right? This is M. So M will be recorded. So now I will be just moving to the top bar and I will stop the video. So that's it. Once this is stopped, right, now the video is automatically recorded. So you can again go back to your presentation. See, this is the clip. Now I'm hovering it right now, and I'm trying to playing it now, right? So see how the mouse pointer is moving there, and now I was drawing something, right? So it is there, and meanwhile I drawn something outside the frame, so it is not recorded. So this is giving you some movable clip that you can cut, you can paste, and you can put it on some next slide always, right? So on some next slide, and you can control V, so to bring it in a actual video format, and you can also, right, play interactively through the videos. So that is by default available into Windows 10, and quite useful for you if you are not so familiar with OBS Studio. And even after this one, right, if you are not getting something related to this, you can just let me know and I will try to address it. So I tried recording some two basic videos there. Some two basic videos. Yeah, this was the one. Yeah, I'm forwarding it. And this was the second video I included in the same slide.
This is an example of how you can
see the movement of mouse pointer
video through PowerPoint, and this way I have just created a short clip here, and now I will be inserting it in my PowerPoint.
How can we change the slide? Means slideshow presentation for Windows 10. Can't understand the question. How can we change the slide? Well, I think by just navigating, right? So between arrow keys, you can always shift in between. And even if at any point you haven't understood which slide to go, you can just go to this down panel. In the left hand side, there is an option, right? So you can navigate to any particular slide. At the same time, your presentation is on. So I think, yeah, that one is better, right? And at any moment, if you, as a Dr. Pal sir also explained, right? So you are having so many options there, right? Pen is there, some highlighter. Actually, whatever open board software I will explain after this, that is more powerful, right? Because this particular annotation you are doing only onto the same slide, right? Or rather onto only PowerPoint. But if I want a flexibility that I should be able to annotate over every screen that my computer is having right now, right? So see, I'm having slideshow on, then I'm having Google Meet on, I'm having my PowerPoint on, then again some PDF document is on, right? So Microsoft Whiteboard is also on. So if I want some annotation tool that should be able to annotate, draw diagrams, then write onto any particular window that is currently open, so there is a whiteboard and there is a open board actually. So that also we will see. So first of all, let us go to the same. And by this, by the way, I would also request you to kindly carry some pen and notebook with you, so that whatever important website link I will be mentioning here, or whatever sequence I will be mentioning, you try to note it, right? So it will be it will be more useful for you. So
So now I will give you an example of how to.
yes. Now let us go for OBS Studio first of all. So this is a website obsproject.com, and you can navigate to the download page. By default, you will be getting it in all three OS, major OS, Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. Some people have 32-bit operating system on their PC, so you can just go to this same section which is available at the right side. Either you can go for previous releases if your Windows OS is not up to date, right? So if you're having some Windows 7 basic version, not Windows SP Service Pack 1, right? So you can go for previous releases. But if you have Windows 7 Service Pack 1 onwards, right? So you can directly download this one. So it is the best so far, right? So if you're having 32-bit operating system, you can go with this one, 32-bit OS. And meanwhile, right, many people contacted me throughout the day, right? So addressing some, we were trying to address some issues. Some DLL file was missing, some kind of direct text driver was missing, right? So there is a solution over OBS Studio forum. Even I have posted the solution onto that WhatsApp group. You can go through it. And there are some repositories for BitTorrent and zip files. So you can also try downloading offline installers using this particular platforms. If you want to go through code repository, you can visit to GitHub. As it is a open source project, so every single line of code is available to you for any further application. So this is a next step. Once you have downloaded OBS Studio in your computer, in Chrome, right, it will appear somewhat at this location, right? So you can just double click on it and follow the regular installation, and you can click on yes. If possible, right, try to install it in administrator mode, right? So you can right click on this exe file and click on run as administrator. So it will be given some administrative privileges, and thereafter very less chances are there for any issue. So you just follow stepwise process 1, 2, right? So you can decide some path. I will also recommend, if you're having solid state drive in your laptop, so mostly, right, OS is stored into solid state drive. So you store into C directory. So SSD is faster, right? So mostly for this OBS Studio software, you need faster configuration. You need kind of a high level of video encoding. So C drive will be always better for this one. C program files and OBS Studio. So you note down this path where OBS is installed. Then it will ask you for some license agreement under step 3, and you must agree by default, right? So otherwise it won't allow you. So some plugins here, right? So I remember many users were getting errors, right? Some visual runtime is not found, right? So or some kind of dependency is missing. So you have to check this option. Fine, both options you have to check, so that it will be installing all kind of missing plugins, right, in your operating system, and then finally you click on install. So I hope that is very simple, right? Even if you are first time user, so you can just follow this numbering sequence 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then it will be installed on your PC. And yeah, that's it. Only this much I was conducting onto PowerPoint. Remaining everything will be directly on software. So for your understanding, I will be going through again, right? So whatever was covered, it is free, open source, so many features. Then screen recording through PowerPoint is a better option, but OBS can better link with this facility, right? And we can do one thing, we can record some kind of basic equation related aspects through the PowerPoint, because Microsoft PowerPoint is having Mathematica support, right? And there is also some kind of equation plugin integrated into Microsoft PowerPoint. So if you are teaching some mathematics related subject, I would recommend to use this feature of Microsoft PowerPoint and this screen recording function, right? So that you can record some short 30 seconds, 1 minute clips using this one. You can arrange all these small clips into one folder, and then you can combine those clips into your OBS Studio using video overlays, right? So I will show you how that process is there. But this is important to understand, because some mathematic related functions are better to be explained and even drawn, right? Mathematical calculations are there, better to be drawn under PowerPoint. We move to installation directly, and I try to give some instructions related to 32-bit, 64-bit, and then installation procedure and additional plugins required. You have to check the box. So yeah. So now I will be just skipping this. Now let us come back to our original discussion. So this was OBS Studio installation procedure. If any doubt is there, you can just post it into yeah. Can you tell how to enable screen recording option under insert menu Office 365? I personally, I have not used Office 365, but yeah, definitely it is very popular in Office 365 actually, right? It was earlier there available there, and thereafter it has become gained popularity in our normal Office 2016. So in help menu you will be getting it, and yeah, this one is the latest OBS 25.0.8.64 bit, right? So for latest one. So yeah, good. You have installed OBS, so you can start with. So before that, I would again focus on these tools, Whiteboard and OpenBoard, because we are trying to prepare very interactive tutorials, right? So interactive, that means we are not just focusing on one PowerPoint reading in the background and a webcam, right, capturing our image, right? So it is not that interactive. To make a video tutorial more interactive, we need some kind of boards, right? Our traditional method is best. There is no doubt about it. Whiteboard and chalk, or blackboard and chalk, right? So whatever it is. So that method has certain advantages. So we can utilize those advantages into our e-content creation. See, this is the Microsoft Whiteboard dashboard. And in the very beginning, it will be definitely like a clear canvas. And yeah, I don't have any stylus pad or S pen with me, but yeah, it is very easy, right, to draw with simple mouse also, right? So you can try drawing something simple, and you can also create some diagrams there by moving into the left panel. You can try typing some text, right? So you can just write any program related to C programming. So whatever it is, right? So you can just type and explain it to the students, and whatever program you have typed, you can always again use some tools, right? So you can annotate, right? So you can even highlight something, or you can erase, right? So whatever annotations you have done, you can just erase them. So erasing will not actually remove this text. See, I'm having eraser with me. It is not removing text. It is removing only whatever annotations I have drawn. So with eraser, I'm able to erase them, right? So there is some scale tool also available, right? So if you want to draw some highly precise diagrams, and yeah, there are many rich contents available in its help, right? So Microsoft is a very good company, and it offers a complete package with its product, and so you can go through this help section to learn in more detail. But what I am trying to focus here, right? You cannot just annotate the string here or annotate the content. You are also able to capture some kind of images, right, or some kind of pages from any Google book, because you know engineering, I'm from engineering background, so I know engineering books are quite costly. more particularly reference books. So usually I follow the method. I go to Google Books and I just capture the screenshots from some highly demanded books, right? So and I create the PDF of these books, or I capture images. So whatever it is, I can just click on library image. I can go to my any particular screenshot that I have captured, and I try to bring it into whiteboard, right? So just very simple, go to library, image menu, you go to library there, and you browse for the screenshot or any Google book page that you have captured in, say, PNG, JPG, or whatever format is there, right? So whatever code you have written here, along with that code, you can explain it with relevance to the book, so student can understand it in a more better manner, right? So because if book is there and if we are explaining it in the form of code at the same time, it makes a better illustration. So there are some different utilities also. Ink grabber, so you can grab particular ink, so you can just lock to the background. Now it is moving, right? So now if I locked it to the background, it will not move, see. So otherwise it will be quite distracting for the viewer, right? So because by mistake I might say operate my screen and entire display get disturbed. So whatever it is, right? So it is again giving us option to take some snapshots from PDF. No, I'm not, yeah, I will be having some snapshot here. So whatever, so any particular PDF snapshot I can take, and I can zoom it, and at the same time, means, see, I have got many possibilities. I am having a book page, I'm having any image which is downloaded from Google or anything, and at the same time I can annotate, I can write the text, right? So all this can be done. See, I am going to draw something over here, or I am going to just highlight particular text, right? So that student can understand it. So this is Microsoft Whiteboard, and if by default, if you messed up with something, you just clear canvas and everything will be clear. Now, Microsoft Whiteboard is easy for online teaching, right? So if you are having an stylus, pad, and pen, then it adds an indefinite advantages, right? So you can just grab it and you can utilize in your videos. So right now, I hope it is clear use of Microsoft Whiteboard. But now, why I have taken Microsoft Whiteboard first of all, right? So because I don't want it to, I didn't want it to make things too complicated, right? So for beginners, it is good option. Now just close it and open another software, right? Open board. And these both softwares we are trying to use, we will be getting used along with OBS later on, right? So open board, right? So there is a website, openboard.ch. This one, right? Open http openboard.ch. You can download it from that location, and even, yeah, it is very SEO strong. So by default, openboard in Google, right, will give you the first result only. So this is openboard interface, and I will show you what is the power of this software, right? Yesterday, Dr. Pal sir has demonstrated how to create tabletop videos, right? So he demonstrated many innovative approaches, right? Some plywood and some kind of wooden arrangement was there. So we were keeping mobile phone, and then we were capturing the pages, right? So now we can definitely use that method. But what if we don't want to build such a structure, right? What if we want everything within a computer? You can do one thing. You can just take pictures of your book pages, your notes, right? And you can save them to images or PDF, whatever. And you can drag those PDFs here by going into pages, and you can drag those files here, right? So whatever. So you can take documents, whatever documents you have taken, and you can import some kind of image files. You can import text files, every single option, right? That is there with you. You can do. See, I'm importing this one, right? So this is the image I'm exporting. So now I will be in a position to annotate with this particular diagram. Now I'm demonstrating one more option by default. Yeah, by going to page one. One more advantage. So there are so many annotation, by the way, and one thing is there which is not there in Microsoft Whiteboard. See, I am able to annotate on only this board, right? So now I will try to annotate onto PowerPoint, which is another window. So in the top right section, there is an option show desktop, right? See, I am selecting one annotation. Some black marker is there. I am drawing some diagram over the screen, right? Now I am clicking on show desktop, and now desktop is there in front of me, right? So I will again select by selecting some kind of marker. See, now I am annotating onto PDF, right? Check on this particular website, then it is available for Windows 10, likewise. So I will go to Chrome now. So by Alt Tab, right? So because now you are having this open board window active, right? So it is quite possible that your normal mouse pointer may not work for clicking, at least, right? It is there for navigation, but for clicking some icon, it may not work. So prefer keyboard shortcuts Alt plus Tab key. So you note it down. Alt plus Tab key allows you to navigate through the windows, right? So various Windows screens, it will give you the facility. Now I am navigating to PowerPoint slide now. See, now whatever is there. Now this annotation was there, earlier annotation is there, right? So I want to clear it. So let us take eraser. First of all, this is eraser. Second menu is eraser, and you can just erase it, right? Now again you can take highlighter. You can just highlight some content. See, you can highlight, you can circle, encircle, you can change the width, right? There is an option, and you can also draw some regular annotations. You can pick up the colors. But yeah, the question may arise why we are doing all this, right? If it is there in Whiteboard, Microsoft Whiteboard, if it is there in Open Board, why we are doing all this? See what students are thinking, right? Most of the time they are thinking of content and its engagement, right? So how much content is engaging to them? So in order to make content more engaging, we are having some facilities here, right? So see how I navigated to this window. I just clicked here, right? So in the left panel, very first option, show open board. So means it is having facility there. I can navigate to entire desktop, or I can navigate to open board, right? If I want student to be more engaging, I will go to open board. And by default, this white background is boring, right? Because students are mostly used to blackboards. So yeah, you can select blackboard. So you can annotate here now, right? So you can draw something, and moreover with the stylus pen, yeah, there are again indefinite possibilities. You can have some grid window there, right? You can have some horizontal windows, right? So it will give you a look like you are typing something onto notebook, right? You can always increase the width, right? You can change the colors. See, I'm changing the color by clicking on the option. And yeah, within 2 hours, I have to cover this open board and then whiteboard and OBS Studio and PowerPoint, right? And combine use of them in recording a tutorial, e-video tutorial, right? So that is why I'm a bit more quick here. So, but you can always take your own time. I expect from you that you right now don't work at the same time on some screen. Yeah, just focus on the tutorial. Same way you can take the eraser, and whatever you have annotated, whatever you have drawn, right, you can erase it. If you want to bring any page here, you can take it. If you want to say again draw something, right? I am drawing some diagram here, or I am drawing some circle, and yes, I am going to move it with the mouse pointer. If I want to lock it, right, now it is locked. See, there is a finger, so this one is locking it, and this one is making it move, right? So this all facilities are there. You can change the backgrounds, you can add files, you can add pages, images, you can change the stylus, you can change the thickness of any particular annotator, you can change the color, you can undo the things, or you can erase it. Fine. So whatever you have drawn, right, in this software, if you want to record a good podcasting tutorial without developing that extra hardware setup, so you can use this board, and you can have one option here that is for recording it, right? So see, there is an option, podcast. So I will use a magnifier if you are unable to see. This one is more utility. This one is important. There is a magnifier. So you can go to start menu and magnifier. Many of the times our windows and text or whatever is very small, right? So you can go to this magnifier and you can zoom the content to some 100% to 100% level. So very effective while teaching. So you can go to this one, and this above quite there is an option podcast. So clicking on this podcast menu will be making you that overall option, right? So now you can record the tutorial. How? See, there is an option here, start recording. Now it is off, right? So nothing is getting recorded. I'm just drawing it, right? So I will start the tutorial now. Now it is getting recorded. So I will draw something. I will again draw the same diagram. And then I will draw some kind of illustration, some kind of circles and some symbols, right? So now that means my voice, right, that is also active, and then this diagrammatic yeah, some whatever representation, annotation, illustration I'm trying to provide. I can bring in pages, I can annotate on them, I can erase, right? So whatever it is. So again I will be undoing it. So I will stop a video. Now see, by default it is stored somewhere in the desktop. So I will navigate to desktop now. I will go to desktop by going into this one. This is desktop, and you can check the most recent recorded video there. See this one, open board cast, right? So now I will play it. By default some WMV file is there. See, this one is recorded. Now I am not doing anything, right? It is recorded video. I will get back to these questions. Yeah, just I erased, then I again click on undo, right? So yes, here the video is terminated. So that means this is a simple tabletop like video, right? Podcast video that we have recorded using open board software. Now let us go to open board again. So why we have learned this? Because in OBS Studio we have to develop such an interactive content, right, where we are not able to just record PowerPoint, but we can record ourselves, right? Means camera facing, right? So we are getting recorded there, our live actions, voice, everything is getting recorded. At the same time, there might be some mathematical related subject, right? So you can use equations in PowerPoint. There can be something related to diagram, right? And you have to draw, right? So you can use these tools, open board and whiteboard. And there can be requirement to reference some Google books or some kind of Google images, right? So you can just add them to this particular window and you can annotate onto this. And once you are done, you just stop recording. You can collect all these small clips, right, into one folder, and then you can add those folders to your OBS Studio project, right? So that student can see in one common window, student can see many small video clips. One video clip might be focusing on PowerPoint, one video clip might be focusing on a page from any standard reference book, another window might be focusing on some quiz, right, so that students are engaged. Then some fourth window might be focusing on yeah, there is an option here, right? You can also post this onto social media, by the way, right? If you are highly interactive with the audience over the social media platforms, you can directly share your tutorials there. Now, for the moment, I will be just closing it and I will address your doubts. Voice is too low. Is it low right now? Hello?
No, sir, it is okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So I request you, ma'am, right? You can check your sound settings. Can we write equation using whiteboard? Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can write it, but using a whiteboard, right? You don't have those many options available, right? It is better wherever equations are there, you go for Microsoft PowerPoint. You can try recording a clip there, or you can just share your screen and you can only focus onto that particular frame, right? So that only that frame is captured, because Microsoft PowerPoint gives you an option for some extensive plugins for equation editor. If you are again somewhat reluctant to use MS Office, yeah, you can go for Mathematica. That is also very popular tool for drawing equations. Yeah, thank you, ma'am. And save annotated screen in open board. There is an option there, but if you just want to save some random content, right, and you don't want to store everything in your folder, right, so you can just take a screenshot, you can crop it in Paint. Or I will tell you one more utility. If you are having Windows 10, right, normally what we are doing, we are just clicking on print screen, right? There is one tab next to F12 functional key. There is one tab, PRT-SCR. It is print screen, right? So if you just click on that key and you move to Paint and you just paste it, right? So it gives you entire screenshot captured. And now using crop menu, I can crop only particular window, and I can just delete it and only select this one, and I can just save it, right? So whatever snapshot I have captured, only that particular window is there. Many people even find this process somewhat hectic. So in Windows 10, there is a again tool called a snipping tool, right? So in start menu, you type snipping, SNIPPING. So snipping tool has lot many advantages here, because it not only allows you to capture screen in rectangular mode, right? Like normally we do, right? So see, I'm just capturing a rectangular screenshot here by going into rectangular snip. See, only this one is captured, and it is by default copied to clipboard. So I am just able to paste this into any PowerPoint slide that I want to. See, it is there in PowerPoint, it can be there in Paint also. And one more advantage of using snipping tool is that, yeah, you must have noted this tool name, right? Snipping tool. So note all these tools. In mode, you can go to freeform snip and see the advantage. Freeform allows you to say, fine, let us say one window is there. See, Google by default, it is very fast loading page, right? So I will be just going to freeform selection, and I will be just be capturing something from my PDF in a free manner. I am looking for some more video. Go to snipping. See, only this much of window I want for any reason, let us say, right? Only this much of window is captured because it is a freeform selection. So there might be a necessity, right? Mostly whenever you want to capture only specific portion of any image and then you want to paste it into your presentation, right? So you can just paste it. Now you will see some half cut text is there, right? Because it is a freeform image. Anyways, I can't do anything because I just captured it in a free manner, right? So snipping tool. So that I wanted to show. Is there any additional doubt? Why audio was not heard when you played video in open board? Yes, ma'am, actually that is the limitation of Google Meet platform, right? By default, my microphone is active, and yes, obviously desktop audio will be there, but I have to put mic, actually speaker, loudspeaker there in next to that particular microphone. Then it will be clearly audible. How to install Whiteboard and open board? It is very simple procedure, ma'am. Actually, open source tools are there and hardly 10-20 megabytes. So there is not much dependency. You just go to Google and by default you can download open board. Right? It is free for teachers, school teachers, college teachers, right? So it is free there and you can download it for Windows. Once you download it, right, just click on it and next install, finish. So everything is simple. And moreover, if any additional doubt is there, you can just post it on group. Yeah, we will try to address it in a day, right? So I hope that's not a problem. Snip and Sketch. One and the same, ma'am. There are many tools. How to save Android screen, annotated screen in folder. Ma'am, as I said earlier, you can just take a screenshot or you can just use this snipping tool and you can capture any preform selection window, or you can capture entire rectangular screen. And once it is there, you can just go to, see, I'm right now going into rectangular mode. I'm capturing only this window. It is there into my snipping tool. Just go to file menu and save as. Wherever path you will choose, right? So that will be saved with some PNG extension by default. And there are some other extensions as well. I hope that answers your question, ma'am. Fine. Now after 5 minutes, I will be again going back to this chat window. Till then I have to proceed to our actual OBS Studio, the main agenda. So up to this point, what we have covered, yeah, why videos are best, then tutorials, free tools, resources, open board, snipping tool, installation process. Let us focus on to one more technique that can be useful while using OBS Studio. See, in OBS Studio, actually, whenever we are going to develop any particular screencasting or any podcasting, so there might be a lot of text, right? So most of the time, right, we are lazy, right? So we even don't want to speak up everything, right, that is going on there, right? Because whatever is written, just if we are going to read it, so there are some tools given by Google's which offer you a very high flexibility. You can use Google Slides, you can use Google Documents, and you can use some additional utilities provided by Google Docs, such as text to speech synthesis, then speech to text synthesis is again there, that is voice typing feature, so that whatever is written there, Google will synthesize in some speech platform, or if it is just textual, Google will synthesize into voice platform, right? So speech to text or text to speech, and whatever is happening there, you can record that one. So you don't need to speak up every single content in that case, because whatever is simple, right? Because let us say, what are OBS features? It is free, it is open source. Is it contributing anything to students' knowledge? It is very common thing, right? So there is no some special addition. So I can add up some kind of this hectic text into my Google Documents, and I can synthesize it in the form of speech as well. I can record the video. So I will be just demonstrating one possibility, and you can record the clip, and again you can bring it into OBS Studio to add some more content to your tutorial. Because one of the major problem faced by these video creators, right? One major problem, lack of content, right? So from where to bring content? I told you, Google Books. You can take the screenshots and you can bring those screenshots into some kind of snipping tools, some kind of open board, whiteboard, and you can try annotating over that text, right? So that it makes overall scenario like as if you are explaining it. So you can use the Blackboard effect. So student might be more engaged with the Blackboard. So it is a better practice. So similarly, this Google Doc is also one. In this Google Doc, so you can create a blank document, Google document, and whatever is the blank document, you can just click on there. It will be there, right? And you can try putting some any particular sample text, right? So I want some sample text. Right, so whatever is this text, so there are tools, utilities. Now in this session I will only focus on voice typing, right? If required, speech synthesis, that is somewhat longer process. We have to use one additional tool given by Google Suite, right? Speech synthesizer, and then it makes us more comfortable with it. But right now, just I will speak now, right? So whatever text is there, I will speak, and now it will be typed in the panel, so that I can just prepare a lot of textual content for my slides, right? So normally, if I'm going to type everything, and then in my slide, it will take some 1 hour, 2 hours to prepare some presentation. But if I'm having everything in my mind, say whatever I will say, it will be automatically typed. So I will just copy the content and paste into my slides. So there will be a microphone, a microphone option, so you can just click on it. Now microphone is active, so whatever I am speaking right now, it will be automatically typed there into the screen, right? So this is a voice typing feature. Now as my microphone is already engaged into Google Meet, right? So it is not allowing microphone. Hello, yes, hello. Yes, yes, same. It is not allowing me to use the same microphone in this particular location, but you can try this at your home, right? So use microphone and this voice typing feature. So with this, you just click on this. Now it is listening to your voice, and whatever you will speak, it will be typed there. So we are having so many things in our mind, right? So we can just say paragraphs within just 5 to 6 seconds. We can just say in 5 minutes we can create a long story, so that everything will be typed. Some mistakes are there, but anyways, with regular practice, right, even Google is that intelligent, so it learns, right? So whatever changes you make to the content, so it will then be uh, focusing later on to correct them automatically. So this was the utility, and there is add-on. So in get add-ons, you will be getting some additional facilities given by Google. So effective document collaboration techniques with the Google, right? That can be very helpful. So these are some method type. If you want to insert equations into Google document, so you can use this method type. More specifically for researchers, right? So in research, you may need to produce some kind of explainer videos. Mostly marketers need it, right? So and some long research articles are there, blog articles are there. You may need to maintain the bibliography. You may need to add some references, so additional plugins are there. Bibliography, document to form, right? So everything is there. If you want to make interactive quiz, right, so you can use this document to form. So all you can do is you can just type questions there, and you can get this add-on. Mostly these are free, whichever are most required by people, these are free. So document to form plugin you can use, and you can convert your 10 questions into interactive form, where if you share this form with the student can just tick the right option. So and if possible, then you can record the screen of that particular MCQ quiz, and you can put that clip into your tutorial, so that it becomes more interactive. I will tell you a very short method how to make interactive quiz using OBS Studio, right? So in yesterday's session, I'm sure you have understood at least to start with basic screen recording. Even if you have not understood, just let me know in the message box. I will try to focus again on it. But if no comment is there, then I will directly start with conducting an interactive quiz using OBS Studio screen recording facility. So I will wait. What is difference between OneNote and OpenBoard? OneNote is too simple, ma'am. Means it doesn't have that many facilities. OpenBoard can even record videos for you. It can record your voice. It can record your podcast videos, right? So lot many annotation options are there, eraser and some kind of image grabbing, PDF pages insertion. That is already there. Yes, I will be going through it. How to make an interactive quiz. There are actually options. One is, as I told you, right? So at the same time your tutorial is going on and you are live on YouTube or anything, right? So you can do one thing. You can use Google Form. You can design some sample quiz there. Google Form. You can design some sample quiz and you can share the link. Like in this session itself, right? We are sharing one feedback link. So that feedback is the common, right? So it is also like MCQ, because we have included some questions there, right? Are you satisfied by the tenor performance, and are you satisfied by the some technical arrangements made, right? So these are like MCQs. And in Google Form, right, you can conduct surveys, you can take feedbacks, you can conduct interactive quizzes. So this is one thing which in which manner you can conduct offline quiz, and that might be known to you all, right? So because in once you share the link with the candidates, right, you are offline. So candidate's responsibility is there. Candidate has to click on the link. Candidate has to answer the questions, and now the evaluation will be there in your dashboard, right? So thereafter you can share it. that is not part of our agenda, right? So, but if you want, we may try to focus on it in some later sections, but right now just focus on this one. Conductive live interaction, right? So, yeah. Is there an additional doubt? Record one sample video. Okay, tell once again. Fine. Error VC runtime 140 DLL while installing OpenBoard. Mr. Sandeep Varade. Okay. Yes, I guess I have taken all the doubts. Yeah, record sample. We will be doing that. VC runtime. Most of the time, these are very sophisticated software, so it requires some Visual Studio runtime softwares, right? So exactly whatever error you have got, so I request to directly copy the file name. If it is DLL, right, there is a very good repository, repository, so that you can just paste and download the appropriate required, right? So dllfiles.com. So make sure it is authentic, right? Most of the time there are chances, right? Some malware or some viruses, Trojan can also be there. So you read the review of that website where that DLL file is hosted. And if it is fine, if it is okay, you can just include that. You can download the DLL and there is a regular installation process. Usually what these DLLs are nothing but dynamic link libraries, right? And most of the DLL files are acting, are they serving for some additional part of routine, right? So some additional inputs to the software. So mostly these DLLs are to be copied and pasted into our by default installation window. Where is that? I told you there is in C drive, and in C drive there is a program files, right? So in program files you can go to OBS Studio, because I'm having 62-bit operating system. So there are actually two folders here, program files and x86. I forgot where my OBS Studio is installed. Anyways, you can focus on it. You can find out the OBS Studio. Yes, I remember. I installed it on D drive, right? Because on my computer so many softwares are installed, so C drive is almost run out. So this is OBS Studio, program files, and OBS Studio is there. So mostly these DLL files are installed into this one, right? Either in OBS plugins or data or some kind of bin. So find out appropriate location. See, this is bin. Bin means binary for 64-bit. So there are so many other DLLs there. So you have to copy the DLL, download from Google, and you have to paste it here. Most of the time your problem will be solved. Even if it is not solved, you let me know. I will be sharing one unique script with you so that you can paste that script onto command prompt and that may work, right? Usually on 64-bit PC, there is a very common script. Whiteboard will be better. See, I am actually using Whiteboard in real time, okay? So reg svr, that name of that DLL, say xyz dot DLL, regsvr32 xyz.dll, and click on enter. So this you have to do into command prompt, and make sure you are launching that command prompt into administrator mode, right? So admin mode, so that all admin privileges are there. So regsvr32, name of that DLL, and enter. So it will give you prompt that DLL registration is successful. Also, one more thing, if you are going to register any external DLL, you also make sure by typing cd dot dot in command window that you are into by default this directory, c slash, whether it is forward slash, yeah, this one, right? So program files and this directory. If you are working on to 64-bit, there is a Windows slash this wow 64, this folder, okay? C Windows syswow 64 for 64-bit PC. And if you are working on to say 32-bit, there is a system 32, very popular. So quite possible, most of the time some DLLs you may need to copy here, and you may need to make sure in command prompt this directory is active, and then you can register it. If this is not the process, you can directly paste those DLL files into this installed software OBS Studio binary 64-bit directory. So either pasting file into both these folders will solve the problem, right? Or you can paste that file in both folders. So obviously there will be no problem thereafter. So if you are getting any some dependency related error, you can download external plugins. You can install them if their executables, exe files are there. If they are not exe files, you can download DLLs and try including into OBS Studio installation directory or these directories which I have just mentioned there. You note them down. C Windows sysvos 64 for 64-bit PC and system 32 for 32-bit PC, and you enter this command reg svr32 name of the DLL file .dll. Fine. So this will certainly solve your issue. So yes, I hope all your doubts are clear. Now shall I proceed to the OBS? Yes, ma'am. Now, as to this point, we have already seen how to conduct offline quizzes just by sharing the Google Forms. Now, how to conduct interactive quiz, right? So you can go to OBS software now. So what is the meaning of interactive? See, you are live on YouTube, right? Some chat window is there. You are live on Facebook, some chat window is there. Now you are asking question to the audience. See, which is the longest river in India? Option A, river 1, option B, river 2, river 3, river D, right? So some 4 river names are there. So you give audience time. So your time starts now. You have 6 seconds. So 6 down 5, then 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And then you can show the answer to the audience, right? So thereafter you can evaluate how many students have given the correct answer in the chat box. So that will make session more engaging, right? So students will actually feel like teacher is asking them questions in real time and they're answering. So you can announce the name of candidate. Yeah, the process is quite simple, right? It might be say too simple for most of you, but yeah, but it makes the effect, right? So many go to tutors for some competitive examination, right? On YouTube, I have seen many channels there, UPSC, GATE, right? So many tutors are there, very powerful tutors. They're following the same method. What they are doing, they are creating a document file. Some normal Word file is there, right? So you can, no, not this one. Yeah, online quiz. If this is too simple for you, right, just you can skip the portion. But yeah, just I'm creating some document, and make sure for one question you have to invest 2 pages. But anyways, you are not actually investing any environmental resource here, right? So just don't bother about it. So question 1. So some question I messed up some text here. So whatever, right? Some text here. This is the question, and these are the answers. Okay, probable answers. So option A, option B, option C, and option D. So this you have to take this on one page. Then you navigate to second page, and you yeah, it was then, right? So you navigate to the page and whatever. So you can actually highlight the answer. So in these 2 pages, one question is there. Then go to third page. You can type second question. Which among the following state produces maximum raw silk in India? So question A, option A, Bihar, B, Assam, West Bengal, C, and Karnataka, D. There is no answer hint here, right? So on the 4th page, there is an answer. You highlight the answer. Now, third question, same, which is following past the river Satluj enters India from Tibet. Some 4 options are there, and next page highlights the answer. So for 10 questions, hardly 20 pages will be there. All you have to do the copy paste of some question and just highlight. You can just highlight the answer here, right? Just by going to highlight. Fine. So whatever is correct answer, you can highlight. And the document you can save it in some PDF. I prefer PDF because it is right. It is more locked resource, right? So you can browse to some location and you can save it with some PDF portable document format, right? So PDF. Once you have saved it, Yes, now PDF is available. Yes, this one is the PDF, livequiz.pdf. Now how I will be creating an interactive quiz. I will go to OBS Studio. I hope you understood the process, right? Bit fast. Okay, ma'am. Uh, okay. Ma'am, actually, yeah, I have prepared 4 questions. For 4 questions, there are 8 pages required. Question 1 on 1 page, then one question 2, answer of question 1. I am highlighting answer. Please switch off your microphone. Yeah. So for page number 3, second question, and question page number 4, its answer in highlighted format. So for say 4 questions, you have to prepare 8 pages, right? One for question and 1 page for answer highlighted. So now you just make this PDF open in front of you. That is one important thing because you are going to conduct interactive test, right? So now go to OBS Studio. Now this I have already created some setting there. Now I actually didn't want it to disturb it, but anyways, I will create a new. Okay. Fine. So now I am taking some different window. I will be resetting every single setting. I will remove all the screen captures and every single resource that I have included. Every single uh, scene also I will delete because I want to explain right from the beginning. Yeah, there needs to be at least one scene there. So this is the OBS screen in front of you. By default, you will be getting this black window, I'm sure. So now you have to capture this PDF to make it more interactive, by the way, right? So you make sure this PDF is on there and you go to OBS. I want to only capture PDF. So here is the plus symbol, or you can also right click and add, right? So you can select +1 and I just want to capture window, right? Don't select display because display will select every single screen, right? So whatever is there active in front of you. So now select the window and yeah, by default there is a window capture name. So I will give it a name PDF that it is better for you only. So just click on OK. See PDF is there. Don't change these settings. By default, whatever it is there, you can just take it. And this is the window. Now I don't want participants to see this thing, right? So all these home tools, everything. So I will minimize the content slightly and I will go to again OBS. I will again go to OBS Studio, right? And yeah, whatever is this window, I will try to maximize it so that only this quiz part is visible to the student. Only quiz is visible, right? Right. So now you want your voice, right? Microphone input to be there because I will be asking it, right? Absorption of ink by blotting paper involves question option A, option B, likewise. So here you just have inserted PDF, that is the window. Now I want microphone to be there. So click on again add and go to audio input capture. So this is audio input capture. By default name, I will give it a name mic. Okay. So it will select default microphone, real take audio or default, whatever it is. Just click on OK. So whatever I'm speaking, right? So see how this progress bar is moving. That means as per the intensity of my voice, this progress bar is moving, right? So it is actually capturing my voice. So there is microphone, there is a PDF, right? That means screen is shared and your voice is also there. Now, yeah, first of all, we will just take this one. There are again so many options here in the right panel: control, start streaming. This you will not require, right? Only for broadcasting you will need it. But start recording and studio mode. What is the studio mode? I wanted to focus on it. So click on studio mode. It will give you two windows. So this is your current window, and this is actually program window, and this is the preview, right? So it will give one scenario. It will give a scenario how a participant or audience will have a look, right? So that preview is there. If you are confused with this, you just exit the studio mode and just work on one window, right? So you can start recording it right now. I will click on start recording, and I'm having one alt tab utility. So with alt tab, I will go to PDF. And you know, in the PDF, in the top section, you have option, right? Show next page. So now I will only operate these pages. See, show next page of announce question 1. Absorption of ink by blotting paper involves option A, option B, option C, option D. So audience, your time starts now. You have 6 seconds to go. So thereafter 6 seconds, I will just click on next page. So this is the answer. So again, next time I will be selecting next question. Question 2. Which among the following state produces maximum raw silk in India? Option A, option B, option C, and option D. Audience, you have 6 seconds to answer. Your time starts now. So whoever gives correct answers, right? So he will be awarded some kind of congratulations, and then in the chat window, you will receive answers. So next page will be answer. So answer to question 2 is this one. Similarly, you can go to question 3 and question 4. So this can be a very good engaging activity. And if you have just 20 questions with you, 20 MCQ questions, you have to prepare some 40 pages, copy paste. And those 20 questions will easily generate some 20 minutes of interactive video for your students. And that can be a good activity for your subject. I hope that clears your question, that clears your doubts. So now I will stop recording. Wait, I will come back to those issues. Now I will stop recording in OBS. Yes, I'm sure I want to stop recording. Fine. So you can also do one thing, whatever Zoom window you have achieved there, right? So you can just go to transform, and you can change it to fit to screen again if you want to, or if you want to lock it, because now see it is movable, right? So I don't want it to move again with the cursor movement. So you can just focus upon locking it. So now it will not move, right? So that will give a fixed picture. Now this tutorial is already recorded. Interactive quiz is there. So video will be there in front of you, some video directory by default. This one. See, this is the online quiz. I have given participants time. This is answer to that question 1. Voice may not be audible there through this clip, because yeah, that is the desktop audio. This is question 3, sometime, question 4, sometime, and then answer. So this is the interactive quiz. If you have any special doubt, you can also ask in the chat window. But I guess, yeah, this will give you enough idea how interactively you can conduct quiz. At the same time, you can have some whiteboard or open board windows open, so that if student wants how this answer is justified, right? So if student want the justification, you can just give him some basic understanding. C is this one, and then A is this one. So A plus C will be B, something like that. So that means student is convinced with the answer. So you can proceed to the next question. So in order to make your videos more interactive. So what I have done, only 4 questions, and in 4 questions, I have generated some around 22 seconds video, provided I'm just giving 3-4 seconds for answer of every question, right? And by default, only this section is visible to the students, because I have developed that setting. And one question is asked in the chat window. I am seeing the full screen of OBS. That is because in Google screen, I have shared the entire windows, right? So that is why you are seeing full screen. But when I generated video, that video is not showing this OBS controls, right? Video is only showing this window. Yes, I hope you are convinced with the answer. How to set the timer in quiz? Yeah, definitely. Very good question, ma'am. Yeah, because that would create more engagement with the audience, right? And yes, one more question is there. Can we add music while we wait? Yeah, again, so nice, because uh, on YouTube also, right? Many online quizzes are there which run some kind of engaging music, right? Some high quality royalty free tracks are there, and you can just download them from some YouTube, and you can search for royalty free music tracks and you will be getting it, right? So you can download and add those music tracks here in OBS. How to do it? Again, you have to go whatever new window you have to get into your tutorial, you always have to click this plus symbol. So click on add and go to, now this time I want audio output capture, right? So audio output capture, and here click on OK. So select the default. If you are not so much familiar with technical settings of your PC, just click on OK. And in that audio output capture, you can double click, right? So whatever is the voice background, whatever is the song playing in the background, that will be automatically recorded. See, for your better understanding, I will be just playing some file. Now, I may not be recording it because it is, anyways, you are not able to listen desktop audio here. Some short audios you can download from YouTube, and you can play them in the background. And while these songs are continuously playing, you can ask questions in interactive manner, or you can just autoplay some slides, right? So that student will feel that some content is going in front of his eyes and some music or voice overlay is also running in the background. So that means some kind of live aspect is there in the video. So whenever you want to capture audio output of your desktop, so you can click on plus, you can select audio output. So in that case, whatever music or whatever voice is playing in the background, that will be played and that will be recorded in your video. So just click on start recording button, keep that music in playing state, and you proceed with your auto slideshow and every single thing that you want to do. So in the final video, everything will be recorded. Your voice will be recorded. Your music at the background will be recorded. As you have just locked this PDF window here, so that is going to be recorded definitely. And as I have already connected microphone there, so my voice is anyways getting recorded. So I will speak only when required, right? So otherwise, just background music is enough. There again, yeah, there is one more option. What shall be done in order to add some kind of video overlay or image overlay? If I want to add some image here in the video, so again go to plus symbol, you can go to image, right? If you want single image to be added, you just go to image, and here is the browse option. So click on browse and go to pictures. So select any simple image. Now I am taking Make in India image, right? So yes, Make in India. So this is Make in India. See, so whatever PDF is there, that will run into the background, but on every single slide or every single PDF, this same image will be there. See how we will start recording. We will go to our normal PDF. Just click on next. Question 2. Question is this one.
Hello, Narkhede sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Your voice is not clear.
Okay. Now it is clear, ma'am.
Your voice is not clear, sir.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
But for us, it is audible, ma'am. Maybe I think network issue.
Yes, ma'am. This side we are clearly hearing his voice.
Yeah,
No problem.
very clearly.
Okay. So now I will proceed to question number 3. You have 6 seconds to answer. and the answer is this one. Question number 4, answer is this one. So yes, I am finished, and now I have finished my interactive quiz. I will stop recording here. See, now video will be recorded. This one. Recording. Yes. We'll go to our video is there in front of you. Video. This is next image overlay. Question 2. Question is this. This is image overlay. So on every PDF page, this image will be there. So I hope that clears your questions. What is image overlay and what is how we shall put it on our content page. Now I will remove it because I want to capture something different. I want to capture my web camera, right? So right now I already have PDF in front of me. Just close it, right? So it is not appearing. It is showing a blank screen. So I will do one thing. I will again share my presentation, slideshow mode, right? And I will capture. I will rename this PDF window now because I don't want it to be PDF name. So slide. Right, so we are actually running out of time, so I'm a bit fast now. So anyways, we are having to yeah, tomorrow's session. So just select the slideshow. Okay. Yeah, again, most of the time, see, cursor is disturbing, right? So you can untick this one, capture cursor, because in video I don't want student to see the cursor movements, right? Most of the time it is not required. So you can untick this option. Otherwise, you just keep it, click on OK, and now that's it, right? So whatever is there in front of you, it will be there. So you can capture the window.
Hello, Manish sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, many people are not getting your voice clear.
Okay, ma'am.
Just we will check for one minute.
Okay.
But voice is clear, sir, from my side.
Huh.
Many
Yeah,
getting the voice.
Ma'am, issue is this is issue because we are having audience right from different sectors, right, from different regions, right. So India wide, so there might be some different constraints, area wise, internet connectivity, bandwidth problem. So that might be the issue.
Participants are requested, those who are not getting the clear voice, they may rejoin the meeting again. They may get disconnect and rejoin the meeting again. Thank you. Sir, you proceed.
Okay, ma'am. Fine. So yeah, I want to run something into the background, and I want to capture my web camera. So I will go to plus symbol again, and let us select this video capture because I'm capturing myself. See this one, and whatever is integrated webcam, you can select it. So this will be adding your video capture at any moment if you are not getting something right. So I advise you to reset everything. These are the common issues, right? You get into OBS because now already I'm having integrated camera, so it is already been shared with Google Meet. So maybe I will be just launching OBS again. I will launch OBS again, and again I will prefer you to start OBS with administrator privilege. So capture some window. Now I will capture slideshow, and there you can go to some, yeah. See, now the PowerPoint slideshow window is there. Now I will again go to plus and capture my camera. So it is not showing my camera right now. Maybe, yeah, I'm recording on the default webcam, right? So that's why it is not capturing it. So there is a setting, right? If you are not getting it, you can just switch to default. Anyways, it is not active right now, so I will just remove it and I will try to add a media file, media source. So you click to the plus symbol and you add a media source there and click on OK. So there will be a local file selection window. So you click on browse and select any small video. So for you, I have downloaded some sample free, royalty free small videos, short video, right? So I will just so some human character pointing to this one screen. So you can check if you want to set up this video in a loop. So you can check it and just keep other things are default. You can select the video speed. By default, it is advised to keep 100% only, so that at regular speed. See, this is the video. And now I want this video to be here. So I can arrange the size. See, now when I will be recording my slide, I will go to screen capture. So I will explain everything, whatever is in my presentation. Slide number 1, slide number 2, slide number 3, slide number 4, and that's it, right? So 5, 6, 7, thank you. So I will end the discussion and I will just close the recording mode, right? So now it is not recording. So see the video generated, this one. Now play it. VLC media player will play. See, by default my slideshow is there, and this is the interactive video where some character is there and it is pointing, right? So this is live interaction. So you can download such characters for free using many royalty free resources, and you can make your videos more engaging to the audience. So student will find it somewhat entertaining as well as educational, and it will create some live perception. So this is about image and video overlays. In case you want to add image slideshow, entire slideshow, right? So that will even be more important in order to make the engaged audience there. So you can add multiple images, you can configure, and you can play the slideshow in the background, and you can capture every single moment of it. Right. So what is the time? Only 15 minutes are left. Fine. Now, I hope I have covered most of the doubts related to installation in the overall interaction we had so far. Then we covered trying to record some video, adding image overlays, adding videos to the background, and we also covered list of resources. So here are some usually required resources for the YouTubers and academic video creators. What is required? Image overlays, right? Most of the time whenever your video is starting. So you need this clip to be played, right? What is the clip? Say stream starting soon, right? So whenever I'm going to deliver some live webinar on YouTube, so I need to put this scene on in front of audience, stream starting soon. By the time I will make necessary arrangements, I will set up my camera, I will do some initialization process, right? So till that audience will see this one. Meanwhile, thereafter you create scene number 2 that will demonstrate your teaching, right? Video. So see, in the OBS, I will again close it and I will again launch it. I will remove everything. Now I want multiple scenes. What should be there? In scene number 1, there should be entry point, right? So this is like coming soon, right? Ya fir streaming soon. This is the scene name, streaming soon, and you can drag this to the top. So this streaming soon is what? It is a scene, and in that streaming soon you can click on plus symbol and you can add image. Which image? Streaming soon image. So you can go to browse and you can select that royalty free image, streaming soon, right? So I will take this more decorated image, right? So stream will be starting soon. See, this is the image that I have got in scene number 1. What is scene number 1? Stream will be starting soon. This I have to convey to audience. Now right click on that image and click on right click on that image, click on transform, and you always select fit to screen, right? So now the entire image will be there. If you want, you can lock it so that with the mouse movement, yeah, it doesn't change. So now I'm moving mouse and button is pressed, left button is pressed, so it is not still moving, right? So it is fixed. So this is scene number 1. Now I want to create countdown timer. Okay, see what is this countdown timer? So I will create it a timer. I will click on OK. So scene number 2 I have created, that is for timer. So I will drag it to second position. My first position is for streaming soon, second position is for timer, and third position is for window. So in timer now I will click on plus. See, in streaming soon I have dragged image. In second scene, that is timer, now I will drag video, because how is the timer? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, likewise. So this should be like video, right? So you can select media source and whichever list I have shared with you, right? Pixabay, Pexels, Prepic. So that also contains some pre-stock videos that you can download. So stock videos might be for some animals, and then a video background, some kind of characters, animations, right? 3D object models for better explanation of machines and objects, right? So drawings, engineering, graphics. So you can download something like countdown timer from that short videos. I will select one popular. So this is one countdown timer. So it is, I will play in a loop and click on OK. So by the time, yeah, I start this next scene, it is keeping this everything into a loop. See, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then everything 0. Again 10, 9. So this is my scene number 2. Now most important, why we are doing all this? We are doing all this just for the sake of tutorial, and it's more engagement with the audience. So you click on plus symbol again, and you now focus on window capture. And in window capture, you can just capture slideshow. I don't have PowerPoint running now, so I will just run it. Again, go to clip window, select the slideshow. See, PowerPoint slideshow. So click on OK. Fine. So sometimes it happens, right? See, I have selected PowerPoint slideshow, but still it was displaying the unplayed view only, right? It was not a slideshow there. So what I have done, I have selected this capture method as Windows graphics capture. Most of the time, see, my laptop is having 2 graphics cards, right? One is integrated and second one is external, right? So sometimes, right, you may need to do this setting, right? So you can select external graphics card view and then you can click on it. So now slideshow mode is on. So this is scene number 3. Fine. So see now how the entire thing will look like. Whenever I will record video, first of all, I will click on start recording button. Thereafter, I am not actually starting now. I will just tell you, go to start recording button. Then first of all, this will be visible to the audience. Stream will be starting soon. Then as and when you are ready, you can just click on timer, right? Can you see this mouse pointer? Because I'm sharing entire screen, right? So click on this timer. Now audience doesn't see, right? So whatever you are doing in the background, because you are already sharing only screen, right? So only OBS, this particular window will be seen. this particular animated window will be seen. So now audience will see a countdown timer, and once there is 0, you can just click on window, and thereafter you can go to PowerPoint and you can start explaining your presentation. So this is slide number 1, this is slide number 2, this is slide number 3, this is slide number 4. And once you are done, you again use Alt Tab shortcut key, and you can go to stop recording. Fine. So this will be the tutorial. See, now I will record this whole tutorial real time. Start streaming, not streaming, sorry. Start recording. Now it is recording. So by default, scene number 1 will be there. I am starting timer. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Right. So likewise, once there is 0, you can select window. Now you can use Alt Tab and navigate to PowerPoint presentation, and you can select scene number, slide number 1, slide number 2, slide number 3, slide number 4.
Now I will tell you how.
Slide number 5, slide number 6, likewise, and thank you. So I will go to again OBS Studio and I will stop recording. Let us have a look of what is the video and that is produced, right? So go to videos. This is the video. Let us play it. See this one. Now it is started. You may not hear background voice, yeah, because it is audio, right? So desktop audio. Now, yeah, it is countdown. PowerPoint on. Slide number 1. Sometime later, we can focus on slide number 2. Sometime later, we can focus on next slide. I'm just forwarding it, and thank you. See, where I stopped in OBS Studio, that is not captured. Where I started with OBS Studio, that is not captured. That means only the tutorial part is captured, right? And if you want, you can again drag in your webcam. So you can capture your video capture device. And if it is available in your computer, right? So it will be there. It will be there in this window. And you can add some, if you are not willing to show yourself real time, right? So I advise, usually I don't come over camera, right? So I usually follow this practice. So I capture one sample image, my photo, right? So I directly add one image overlay. Yeah. And now I record my tutorial. So whenever entire tutorial is going on, this my picture is always there in the some bottom portion of it. So that will also make it my mark over the tutorial, right? This tutorial belongs to me, right? So I am the creator of this video. So my image is there, right? So again, nobody can copy this video thereafter because it is hard. It is not actually simple to edit videos, right? So there are tools available. There are tools available to crop video sections also, but it is not so easy. So chances are very less that somebody else will copy your videos. So I hope, yeah, only 5 minutes are left. So I guess it is the time for question and answers further. So till then, I will just have a look at whatever is the content that was promised earlier, that is covered or not. Scenes, adding image overlays, exporting to files. Yeah, that one is left. So once you have done the necessary setting, it is automatically exporting to video file, right, for you. But if you don't want automatically generated videos, right, if you want to make a more customized move, right, so if you want videos to be generated with some 30 frames per second, 20 frames per second, so you can go to this setting, right, so auto configuration wizard, and automatically you can select whether I want to optimize my tutorial for streaming option or recording. So I am now recording, so click on this recording and click on next and OK. Apply settings. Further, if you want to select the exact graphical configuration, right, so you can go to settings, and here you have a look at all these parameters, right? There is a general setting. For streaming, some setting is there. Usually I advise not to play with it to much extent, right? Just something which is more required is this output, because that is more related to your exported video, right? So I expect you to keep some video baud rate, right? So you don't also keep it very minimum, very maximum, right? Otherwise size will be hampered, right? So if it is too big figure, there 6,000 kbps, 10,000 kbps, right? Your video size will be beyond gigabytes for just 15 or 20 minutes of recording. So I usually keep it at 2500 kilobits per second. And for recording, actually, there is the path, and you can select the recording format, whether you want your video to be exported to MP4 extension, MKV extension, MOV extension, usually for YouTube, right? So you prefer MKV or MP4. I prefer MP4. Yes, that's it. Don't play with other sections here, because yeah, that is too risky, because in the beginning part of our session itself, you might have witnessed, right? So I made some changes related to audio drivers, and then for 10 minutes we had to wait. So again, I apologize for that. So again, if you want to make any changes into audio, you can do this setting, but again, don't play with it. I expect you to disable everything, right? So there is general setting. So that is the sample rate. So you keep it as low as possible, which is given there. Some devices, desktop audio, disable, desktop audio 2, disable. So disable all devices in microphone. Why? Because if you kept it as default, right, it may select any random microphone that is available, right? So if it is default microphone of laptop, if it is headphone connected, so that will be selected. So I request you to directly disable everything of this. So don't play with all settings. Just this output setting is important, and this audio setting is important, right? In output setting, you just focus on video baud rate, and in audio setting, you disable all the audio sources. Why you are disabling? Because in video, I am inputting here, I am selecting here my own microphone as audio input capture, right? So thereafter, it is not required to have anything defined in that setting, because I am selecting microphone here, right? So that is why my microphone will be added here in the project panel, not in the setting panel. So again, you can go to setting option. So only play with these two, general and output, and audio is optional because you already have disabled it. Don't go to other part, right, unless it is necessary. You can change your base canvas resolution. By default, I keep it whatever is my default desktop resolution, 1920 by 1080. And hotkeys, you can define your own shortcut keys. Say you want to start streaming without clicking here in the start button. So you can click on this plus, and you can just enter the key here, Control CTRL or Shift plus L, right? So you added something here. You want to stop streaming, so you can just go to again Control Shift plus C. So whenever I will be saving these shortcuts there, I will apply the setting. So I don't need to then Shift L, Shift C. I will remember this. Okay. Whenever I will just press Shift L, my video will be starting to record, and whenever I will press another shortcut, video will be automatically stopped, right? So these are the basic essential settings that we have to do. In tomorrow's session, I will be mainly focusing upon what are optimum settings in OBS Studio so as to efficiently broadcast our tutorial onto YouTube. Right. So I expect from your side to again go into setting today and go to this stream option and just try connecting some YouTube live gaming, right? So you must be having YouTube channel. Even if you don't have YouTube channel, you can create your own account on YouTube, and then there is one option in the top, right? YouTube Studio, right? So there you will be getting several settings, right? So all you have to do is you have to select the service YouTube, and you have to paste that API key here. That is a long process, by the way. I will be covering it tomorrow, but just as an understanding how to get that particular API key from YouTube server and paste it here, and that is most confidential so that nobody else hacks our YouTube account. Only we are able to broadcast our tutorials on our YouTube channel, right? So once we do this setting and we click on apply, now whatever you will be recording, if you clicked on start streaming option, you will be going on live, right? You will be live onto YouTube. So you just pass that link over your Facebook channels, over your social media platforms, and tell your students that I will be live during this hour, right? Between 6 to 8. So we can interact real time. And in that live session now, whatever we have learned in this whole 2 hours of tutorial, right, from OBS open board, whatever is interactive equation design, diagram making, annotation, and then some video clip sharing, equation preparation using some PowerPoint related tools, right, and this streaming option. So everything you will be, along with interactive quiz, you will be including in your tutorial, so that whichever audience is watching your YouTube live session, that audience will think as if you are delivering lecture to them, and you are asking question to them, and you are asking some kind of, they are asking some doubts to you through the chat box, you are answering to their queries. Wherever possible, you are providing proper justification to the questions you have asked and the answers you have given by doing some calculations over annotation tools. And needless to say, after you stop streaming here, YouTube broadcasting will also be stopped. That means your live session will terminate. So I guess that was enough content for this 2 hours today. So if any doubt is there, I will wait for a couple of minutes. Let us wait for a couple of minutes rather, and I'll have a look at chat window. Yeah, recording will be shared. Background setting in OBS Studio. Yes, sir, you can definitely play with it a little bit. Actually, background is nothing but an image that you put onto your screen, right? So just how I put my image there, right? There is a background overlay, right? You can just place any image in the background. You can lock it. Just say I don't have any bigger image here, so I will just be taking some. Yeah, this is my background. So I will just click it to stage to screen, and I will lock it. Now this is my background, sir. And whenever I want audio to be captured, whenever I want video to be captured, whenever I want a window to be captured, right? So every time it is there, it will be there. So you can just click on window capture, and you want that window to be here onto your screen. So you can go to order, move to top. See. Now if I want this window to be little, this one. So in this background, my slideshow is running in this particular section. Somehow, if you are able to get some transparent background video, right? So that also you can capture as a media source. I am not sure whether that character animation which I have just demonstrated, that is having a transparent background or not. No, it is not there. But yeah, you can just, if it is having transparent background, you can also share it, so that it will sound like some character is explaining your content, right? So you can just click on that particular section, and you can move to top, right? So that it will also be recorded there. So I will not be extending it too much, because we have yet tomorrow's session also there, right? So few things, let us keep it as it is, and let us talk on to them in tomorrow, 6 to 8 timing. Recording will be shared. Then I missed something. Video editing Monday, right? Definitely. Thank you, Kinge sir. So can I install OBS Studio Windows 7? Yes. It is cleared, voice clear, recorded. If there is any doubt which I have, you can type it again. Video not. Definitely, because I am having audio in the default audio jack, right? Default desktop audio is there for video, so it will not be clearly audible to you. WhatsApp group, YouTube tomorrow. Then Yes, you can let me know first of all through message. Then if required, if required, you can call. No issues. Background setting we covered. Feedback is passed. So if I missed something, you can just let me know. And over to you, ma'am. Thank you very much, PCCOE, all the management, and Dr. Kolte sir, Dr. Kinge sir, Dr. Sopre for giving me this opportunity. Thank you to our principal, Dr. Parishwat sir, and thank you very much for attending this session with so much patience. Thank you.
Thank
Over
you,
to you,
sir.
ma'am.
Yes, thank you, sir. I think all the doubts are cleared by sir. If anyone is having any query, you can post in the WhatsApp group. Sir is always ready to give the answers, whatever the doubts are there at the side of the participant. On behalf of PCCOE College, I thank you very much, Manish sir, for such informative session which you have given today by introducing so many new free tools like screen recording, Microsoft Whiteboard. Also, you have explained very well OBS tool with the different features which can be used while creating the quality videos. I hope that all the participant has got the basic understanding of how to use the OBS tool with the different methods that which are explained by Manish sir today. Uh, Also, he is going to cover tomorrow how to create your YouTube channel and how to post the videos which are created by using the OBS tool. So definitely tomorrow's session will be more interactive, like today's, as Manish sir is having so many knowledge of using the tool and having a good experience, hands-on experience on this tool. So I request all the participants to join tomorrow's session on time. Also, I request all of you to do the practice so that you can put your queries into the chat box, also on the WhatsApp group, so that we can solve your queries before you join tomorrow's session. Thank you all. Thank you, Manish sir.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. Dear participants, here are my contact details. If you, in case you can contact. Or otherwise, it will be better if you post your doubt and screenshot in our common WhatsApp group, so that that will be common for all then, because if one doubt is cleared for multiple people, it will be always good, right? So you can also share in WhatsApp group. Thank you.